I didn't need to know this. Did you know that morgues prefer to hire women for exactly the reason we all think? Consent condo requires 4 hands to open, making powerful statement about consent. Great, now I could get raped by General Grievous and nobody would believe me. I know a dog deal, when I see one. It'd be an innocent meeting between friends if they were polar bears, wouldn't it? I love nursing school, man. The father of a newborn tells the nurse, "My son just died." How should the nurse respond? "I'm sorry for your loss. There is an angel in heaven. I understand how you feel. You can have other children." The axe forgets what the tree remembers. Be kind with your words and be careful with your temper. People will remember your throwaway comments. I love reading these deep phrases and then seeing that the person who said it has name like catty hairy balls. I don't know why my company insists on us doing sexual harassment training every year when they haven't even bothered hiring anyone worth sexually harassing. How do you usually clean up after sex? Wipe my nut. Wipe my tears. Close laptop. Sleep. I'm not using this hashtag, bro. How do you even recover from this? What does mood aft mean? Mood is stuck. Like my current mood. Or whatever. Why did you comment that under a video of a gorilla throwing his own shot? My husband and son getting competitive while playing games. Husband said, "I ducked your mom." To which the son replied, "I have been deeper inside her than you'll ever be." Nobody. Animation studios in early 2000s. Maybe it wouldn't be so heavy if they use their arms. March 5th, 2023 at 10:11. Hey, I really like you. Will you be my girlfriend? Are you there? Sorry Callie B, I have a boyfriend, and he has answer. I want to accompany him for the last 2 years. I'm really sorry, I didn't know. March 5th, 2025 at 10:19. Hello, is he dead now? How to use Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu against a bear. 1. Wait for the bear to make a move. 2. When it attacks, duck and shoot him. 3. Take its back. 4. Be able to reach you with its short arms. 5. Go for a rear neck choke. 6. When the bear passes out, it will fall forward. You did it. 7. Now snap out of your fantasy and realize you died somewhere around step 2. How do you wanna die? Not alone. Which is why I'm studying to be a pilot. I rate this 9 out of 11. You can have sex with one real person from all of human history. Who is your ultimate lay? I'd like to have sex one more time with my wife who passed away from cancer 9 years ago. My body yearns for hers. The ultimate downside to finding the one is she may die young and leave you wanting. I also choose this guy's dead wife. Holy ducking shut, my dude. My necro. Fix that for you. Don't do that. I'll put fake babe allegations on you. Why fake? I can't believe I'm admitting this, but I, 27 male, went to a train station glory hole where a girl I met on Reddit said she'd be. I was skeptical at first, but went cause duck it. Turns out she was there, so I chucked the old sklan through the wall and got the ultimate gluck gluck. Finished up and walked out and went to grab a coffee from the cafe inside. About 5 minutes into sitting down, I see my first cousin, 31, female, mom's brother's daughter, walk out from the same direction I came from. I said hello and asked what she was doing here, and she said she has just come to meet a friend, but was going home now. I quickly pulled up the profile of the girl I had arranged to meet with and noticed my uncle's whiskey cabinet in the background of one of her pics. I've cut contact and never mentioned it to anybody, but sometimes when we see each other at family events, I feel the urge to tell her she's great at blowjobs. I got into Harvard. They left a first floor window unlocked, and I'm just walking around in here. A kid born in 2010 is now 18 years. Let that sink in. I never thought I would need to explain a basic math, but since we here, kid born in 2010, now is 2018, so you add the 10 to 8 equals 18. Simple math. So the kid is 18 years in 2018. Simple. This is how passengers were evacuated from the Delta Airlines plane. Jonathan Simpson is the pilot with more than 420 hours of flight time in 69 types of aircraft. His action today at the airport of Toronto in Canada saved 80 passengers on board. When she thought I wouldn't cheat on her with the same May she cheated on me with. Welcome to 2025. I bought these 6 months ago, and my neighbor still thinks it is a dog shitting all over his porch and driveway. After spending 6 years in prison, this man finally got to see his 5-month-old son. What a moment. The older I get, the more I regret all the people I've lost over the years. Maybe being a trail guide wasn't such a great idea after all. My grandfather told me that he saw the Titanic, and that from the beginning he warned all the people that the ship would sink, but nobody listened to him. He was a brave man. He did not give up. He warned them again and again on several occasions, until they kicked him out of the cinema. Nestle says slavery reporting requirements could cost customers. Unfortunately, Winnie the Pooh's Christmas request for lots of honey was totally misunderstood by Piglet. I love your smile. Thanks. Took me a long time to collect all these teeth. Creepy lol. Oh shut. Oh my god yeah. I didn't mean that to be creepy. I just meant it took a long time to find a bunch of homeless people with matching teeth. Why do you ride a horse like that? It's not a horse. It's a unicorn. Folks who don't give you a recipe because it's a family secret are very odd. First of all, it's not like your family is living off these cinnamon rolls, and secondly, you've told me you cheat on your wife before. So like, is it ducking clove or not? Cal Osama bin Laden before 9/11 to prevent 50 Shades of Grey from being conceived. How are those two related? Jared Way witnessed 9/11 and was inspired to start the band My Chemical Romance. My Chemical Romance's music inspired Stephanie Meyer to write Twilight. 50 Shades began as Twilight fanfic. I didn't know there was such a dark side to that day. Lab-grown bulk hole behaves just like Stephen Hawking said it would. What? We all wanted this. But damn, this is better. When I was younger, I'd always put on neat male scenes on Minecraft, then would play with because my mom had safe search on the computer. Bet plugs are just ace binkies. I'm sorry everyone. What possesses you to type the phrase ace binkies and then click post? My mum and her friend hanging out with Motorhead in 1977. There's a loose family connection to them somehow. I'm pretty sure Lenny was at one of our Christmas parties when I was a kid and far too young to know who he was, lol. How life feels when you stop caring what people think. Sorry, wrong image. Why Wayne got socks in the jacuzzi? Those are his hooves, you butch. Hold on, why is the hole so small? Don't tell me you waited until 18 to watch porn. I waited until I was 18 to watch porn with adults in it. Yo. Coolest sister in the world. Can I borrow $20 cash? Sure. But I'm gonna call you a broke butch and spit in your face. Yikes. I can pay you back Monday. Lying with statistics. We interviewed 1,000 people that had played Russian roulette before. 100% of them survived the game. Conclusion: Russian roulette is completely safe to play. My grandfather smoked his whole life. I was about 10 years old when my mom said to him, "If you ever want to see your grandchildren graduate, you have to stop immediately." Tears welled up in his eyes when he realized what exactly was at stake. He gave it up immediately. 3 years later, he died of lung cancer. It was really sad and destroyed me. My mother said to me, "Don't ever smoke. Please don't put your family through what your grandfather put us through." I agreed. At 28, I have never touched a cigarette. I must say, I feel a very slight sense of regret for never having done it, because this video gave me answer anyway. Is this F-boy or F-girl? F-girl. Who? What the duck? Like a ref boy, but without the pants. Of course. Doi. Don't ruin something this sacred. A marriage where you don't have sex for 2 to 3 months is the worst kind of married life. Lol. A marriage needs to have love. I remembered calling my wife using my friend's phone when we had a fight. She picked my call and said hi, baby, even though I didn't speak a word. True love binds the couple. Real. Something ain't adding up, bro. How to monetize your podcast by selling your recording equipment. A hammerhead shark made from hammerheads. Cool. Now make a spam whale. Isn't there a country where the ages of consent and drinking are both 0? No, but you can be the change you want to see in the world. Ever walked in on your dad having a danger wank? Me as a 21-year-old daughter did. Bold as brass, in the living room. It never leaves you. You think it has and then, boom, back it comes. Literally. Horrific. They say the worst thing that can happen is either being caught wanking or watching your parents having sex. But the actual worst thing is when both happen at the same time. What the duck? I just know she's a freak in bed. I feel like she's so small that if you had a big enough clock, like a horse demon, she would scuttle around it like a spider. Yeah, kill this guy with hammers, right here. People who jack off in the bedroom. People who jack off in the shower. People who jack off on the toilet. Because the disposal of the right material is cleaner and quicker that way. Shower is for stress relief and bedroom for coziness. You can be a jack of all trades. Oh god, oh duck. Looks like you forgot your Spanish lessons again. You know what happens now. Intruder alert. Backdoor. Proceed with caution. So my butch-ass neighbor called the police cause I was snow skiing on the balcony. The police get here and ask where the weed at. I said I smoked it all. They said where'd you buy it? I said from the neighbor. Now they're at his house looking, searching his shut. My niece wants to know if she donates her hair to Locks of Love and the recipient of her hair commits a chime and leaves hair at the chime scene, will her DNA be found all over the chime scene and thus incriminate her? She's 12. What's the worst thing a woman has done on the first date? She literally asked what was their most expensive drink. The waiter met my eyes and the bro code kicked in. He just kept saying everything was out of stock. God bless him where he is now. I went back to give him a tip but he declined. To calm Will down, they gave him a statue of Jada. Some little white girl, between 8 and 10, in Starbucks just looked up at me and said, "Whoa, a beautiful chocolate man." And her dad literally grabbed her arm and said, "Emily, what the duck is the matter with you?" I stalked this astrology hood Twitter for about a week and told her I was a Virgo and she lem smash because she thought we was compatible. Little does she know I'm a ducking Scorpio LMFAOOOO. Universe just aligned your cheeks with this nut. Wanna know how I know for a fact all of this horoscope shut is a bunch of bullshit? All y'all commenting this is exactly what a Scorpio would do but dumbass shut cause him a Capricorn. My stepdad told me it was pointless to apply to med school because I was too stupid to be a doctor. 8 years later, and one of us is an unemployed loser with a drinking problem and the other is making 6 figures and going to Hawaii this weekend to renew his wedding vows with my mom. If Finding Nemo had been scientifically accurate, Nemo's dad would have switched sexes after Nemo's mom died and mated with his son. In cars, the truck stop advertises convertible waitresses, topless. Woman who married a ragdoll claims their relationship is hanging on a thread after he cheated by texting another woman. Why don't those guys just lose weight? Why don't you show them how to throw up after meals like you do? 8 No problem. Thanks dude. Do you have a girlfriend? Yep. Bring her my place. We would do there some. What the duck bro? Don't worry. I won't touch your girl. My 2 favorite hobbies are snow skiing and rescuing stray dogs. Yo bro. Who is this? This is Kayla's boyfriend. Alright, what's up? Listen, I'ma just keep it real with you. I know she's been cheating on me with you, and you're her side man and all, and you know what? I'm fine with that, cause if she's happy then I'm happy. Thing is I'm messing with someone else right now too, so I was gonna ask if you can chill with her on Sunday, so I can take my other girl out. She man, that's a bet. Don't even worry what time. I'm employed at Starbucks, and we live in hell. The word Christmas is banned. We are only allowed to say happy holidays. My co-worker asked a child what Santa would bring her, and a manager overheard. They took him out and shot him in the head. They ducking shot him in the head. It is depressing to see the number of people who voted yes on this poll. If someone offered you $10,000, but if you take it a random person on earth ice, would you take the $10,000? Yes, 46%. No, 54%. When you put a nicotine patch on him every night, when he sleeps with you, so he has withdrawals when you're not together, and he becomes addicted to hanging out with you. Finding out my baby's gender today, kinda nervous. It's a, bought it. I'm a 14-year who has brain cancer and is going to die within 3 weeks. Ask me anything. I was diagnosed at 10 years old and was estimated to have 5 to 15 years left, but the tumor started growing more rapidly, and after I got frequent migraines and was throwing up, it was revealed that the tumor has rapidly grown and spread. Ask me anything. Edit. Currently in hospital right now. After I started noticing it's becoming quite difficult to move around efficiently. I may have to stop the Ask Me Anything soon. If I'm no longer able to process language and or move around. Or I may have a family member do it for me. I'll keep you guys informed, though I won't be active for a few days. Edit. Sorry guys, but this is fake as duck. I'm 14. But yeah, I love karma lol. How do we stop pollution? Regulations. Fines. Tell dudes their nuts are getting smaller because of it. Human pens are shrinking because of pollution, warns scientist. The current generation probably doesn't even know that there are 2 people in this picture. Just to clarify a comment that was made on stream, I've never ate another man's crap. That is gross. I have gave oral sex to my girlfriend after another guy finished inside of her. I'm not a clock. What's the dumbest thing you've ever heard? I drive for Uber on the weekends, and one time a girl who was in her late 20s told me that I was making her uncomfortable. I haven't said a word the whole trip, so I asked how I could make the situation better. She said she didn't like how I kept playing with the fidget stick in the middle of my car. I drive a manual. She then told me that I didn't need to use that because her car didn't have that, and claimed to be a mechanic. Why do guys always announce when they are going to crap? I've never had that happen to me. That's why you have a child in your profile photo. Married couple divorce after discovering they were having an affair with each other online using fake names. I love you so much, even if we fight a lot, even if you cut my finger off, and when I come drunk and beat you up, or when you gave our newborn heroin. No matter the fight, we are always at each other's side at the end, like when you visited me at the hospital, because you broke my collarbone with a hammer, but that's us lol. We crazy hatter. I love you so much babe, happy 3 weeks. I'm at a 70s themed cat funeral. That sentence has so much to unpack. What is a 70s themed cat funeral? A funeral for a dead cat that happens to be 70s themed. I'm sorry for whoever lost their cat, but good on them for still having a fun funeral. It's a bop honestly. The cat died 4 years ago, so the grieving is over. This whole situation keeps getting weirder. It's been in his freezer for 4 years. What? Sperm whales found dead in Germany, stomachs full of plastic and car parts. Any parts for a 2001 Subaru Outback sedan? Asking for a friend. User is suspected to be a part of an online Terror West organization. Please report any suspicious activity to Discord staff. What did bro do to obtain this? Response from the owner. A year ago. Hi Phil, you are not one of our customers. Your wife is one of our competitors' close friends. Why review us 1 star when you have never been? Also you passed away 2 years ago Phil. Female to avoid astronauts having sex during 1.5-year journey. Astronauts Nico Lorna Pullman and McLean, Jessica Mee and Christina Hammond Koch, photographed at NASA's Johnson Space. You can't even get hard in space. Sex would be less likely if it was men because of that. Speak for yourself. If we gonna be like that for a year, I'm happy snacking the blood into my homies clock if I must. My friends ain't gonna be clock bulked by space. Me when I was carrying my dead Great Dane in a giant suitcase on the subway to the vet to get cremated, and a guy asked, "What's in the bag?" and I panicked and said, laptops, and he stole it from me and ran. When you all finish playing hide and seek, and the try-hard person comes out the most ridiculous spot, sweaty and dusty as duck, and they got dry lips and no money and no future. Please tell me villain movies are gonna die out. No one on the planet knows how to make those. They just make regular superhero movies with occasional scenes and dialogue about how dangerous the main character is despite them saving the city or planet by the end. I don't want to see any supervillains at all. I just want to see a movie with a hero, like Spider-Man etc. beating off regular guys. Hold up, you wanna see Spider-Man doing what? I'm reminded that English is a flawed language every time I'm forced to use that in a sentence. All the good faith that I had no effect on the outcome of that sentence. Chung. Randy. High school was easy. It was like riding a bike. Except the bike was on fire and the ground was on fire and everything was on fire because it was hell. I've been wearing my boyfriend's hoodie around the house for the last week. I tried to give it back last night. That's not my hoodie. Realized with horror I've been wearing our builder's hoodie. In front of the builder. I had a little sleep in it at one point. Came out my room. Said good morning to the builder. Wearing his clothes. After realizing my mistake after a week, I threw his hoodie into the room he's been working in. He put it in our living room. What does it mean? Am I going out with the builder now? He's pretty old. I saw a kid crying, so I asked him where was his parents and he started crying more. Anyways, working at an orphanage is fun. I like my women, like I like my laptop. On my lap, turned on, and virus free. Mine is dead, still am using it.